can a guy tell if he's being manipulated? Hey there, it's Anna, your friendly guide through the often puzzling world of dating and self-improvement. Are you tired of feeling like you're always being taken advantage of by women? Do you ever wonder if she's truly interested in you or just playing you for a fool? Well, don't worry, I've got you covered. Today we are delving into the subtle yet tricky ways some women might manipulate men. By the end of this video, you will be armed with insights that will help you identify the signs of manipulation and safeguard yourself from being manipulated. And here's a little sneak peek. Make sure you stick around for the final sign we'll discuss. It's a biggie and a frequent struggle for many guys out there. Before we get going, if you are new here, please press that red button to subscribe to the channel and comment, "I've subscribed," so I can thank you. Gaslighting. First up, we have gaslighting, and gaslighting is a powerful form of psychological manipulation that some women may employ to make men question their own perception of reality. Now picture this, she denies or distorts something that's clear as day to you, making you feel like you're the one seeing things through a foggy lens. This strategy is designed to knock you off your balance, to make you question your memory, your judgment, and even your own sanity. For instance, let's say she said or did something that really hurt you or upset you. When you confront her about it, she denies it ever happened, making you feel like you supposedly misunderstood her words or actions. As a result, she twists reality, and suddenly you are the one who appears to be lost or mistaken. So how can you tell if you are being gaslit? Well, if you often find yourself second-guessing your memories or perception of events, or you constantly feel disorientated, it's a red flag. If you ever feel like you are losing your mind or your judgment can't be trusted, these are the alarms that you need to be paying attention to. Recognizing these signs is the first step. If you suspect you are being gaslighted, it's crucial to reach out for support, be it friends, family, or a professional therapist. Set firm boundaries with the woman in question, and if needed, don't hesitate to walk away from the relationship to protect your mental health and overall well-being. The sex as a weapon game. Now, let's talk about a tactic that might make you raise an eyebrow. Using sex as a weapon. Yeah, you heard that right. Sometimes certain women might resort to this strategy to sway a man's behavior or make him dance to their tune. They might use the promise of intimacy as a reward, or even withhold it as a form of punishment to get their way. Imagine this, she might decline physical intimacy until you apologize for that silly argument last week, or until you agree to do something she's been pushing for. Or she could use sex to inflate your ego, hoping it will make you more attracted to her. Sometimes a woman might even use sex to make you feel guilty for not meeting her emotional needs or expectations elsewhere in the relationship. So how can you tell if you are on the receiving end of this game? If you feel that sex is being used as a bargaining chip, or if you sense it's the glue holding the relationship together, these could be the warning signs. If her sexual expectations seem unreasonable or you feel manipulated through sexual dynamics, it's time to reassess. Remember, communication is key. If you think you are being sexually manipulated, it's important to openly discuss it with your partner and establish clear boundaries around intimacy. If you still find it difficult to navigate, don't hesitate to seek professional help. A therapist or counselor can help you work through these issues and guard your well-being. The "you don't need anyone but me" strategy. Now, moving on to another manipulation tactic, isolating a man from his loved ones. In this scenario, a woman might try to cut you off from your support network, making you believe that she is your only companion and source of support. Consider this, she's always discouraging you from hanging out with your buddies or catching up with family. Or maybe she insists on monopolizing all your time. She might even try to tarnish your relationships with others by spreading rumors or criticizing your loved ones to their face or even behind their back. In extreme cases, she could push you to make big life changes like quitting your job or moving away from your hometown, all in the name of love. Such manipulation can have a serious impact on your mental health, making you feel isolated and vulnerable without the support of friends and family. If you find yourself depending on her for emotional validation, support, and companionship, it's a sign of an unhealthy power dynamic at play. If you feel cut off from your social circle, it's crucial to recognize these signs and act on them. Maintain your friendships, spend time with your family. No relationship should cost you your social support network. Take proactive steps to protect your well-being and ensure you have a balanced, healthy relationship. The green-eyed monster tactic. Next up, let's discuss a strategy that can make your relationship feel like a minefield. Using jealousy to gain control. This is when a woman sets up a situation where you, the guy, always feels the need to prove your loyalty and affection, under the fear of losing her love and attention. This is about making you feel guilty for spending time elsewhere or nurturing your hobbies. She becomes overly possessive every time you hang out with female friends or even colleagues, or she expresses a noticeable discontentment whenever you show interest in other hobbies or activities. She might even flirt with other men or make those nerve-wracking comments about how she just can't trust you. This can put you in a spot where you feel compelled to constantly reassure her of your love and loyalty, sometimes at the expense of your own happiness. If you find yourself walking on eggshells around her, constantly seeking her approval to pursue your interests or constantly reassuring her about your love and loyalty, then my friend, it's time to step back and reassess. The purse strings game. Now let's move on to a tricky form of manipulation, financial control. This happens when a woman holds tight reins over your financial aspects of your relationship, using money to make you feel guilty or beholden to her. You might find her controlling all the money matters, maybe restricting your access to funds, or even claiming that she's just better at handling finances or that you're just not financially responsible. This kind of control can make you feel powerless over your own finances and create a skewed power dynamic in your relationship that's tough to shake off. Or perhaps she uses money to guilt trip you. For instance, if you buy something for yourself or others, she might say, "I can't believe you spent money on that when we're barely making ends meet." This kind of manipulation might leave you feeling like you're treading on thin ice, always trying to please her while avoiding any backlash. Another sly tactic can be her hiding financial information from you. Think bank statements, credit card bills. This not only restricts your knowledge about your shared finances, but also leaves you feeling like you're being left in the dark. The damsel in distress act. Let's delve into another popular manipulation tactic, playing the helpless victim. In this scenario, some women portray themselves as the eternally suffering damsel in distress, using this to attract sympathy, attention, and ultimately controlling the relationship. This act of spinning a web of guilt can be a highly potent way to manipulate a man's emotions, leaving him feeling responsible and desperate to make everything okay. Imagine a woman who is consistently narrating tales of her tumultuous life, her countless sacrifices, and how much she endures for the relationship. She might point fingers at you for all the relationship woes, even when you're innocent. Or she could resort to emotional blackmail, threatening self-harm or abrupt breakup if you don't cave in to her demands. All of these maneuvers aim to heap guilt upon you, leaving you scrambling to fix things. Another variant of the victim card is using past traumas or abuses to defend current actions. For example, she might claim you triggered her by reminding her of some past traumatic experience. While this could be genuine, it could also be a ploy to shirk responsibility and keep you tiptoeing around her. If you spot these signs, it's essential to draw some healthy boundaries. Remember, you aren't a superhero assigned to fix everyone's emotional problems. It's not on you to solve their issues or ensure their happiness. The "I'm leaving" threat. Lastly, we come to a tactic that can put you in a whirlwind of anxiety, threatening to call it quits. The threat of ending the relationship means a woman can exert control, making her partner feel insecure and desperate to hold on to her. This method can play with a man's emotions and behavior, leading to a toxic power imbalance. She threatens maybe to pack up and leave every time you do something she disapproves of. This makes you feel like you are constantly on edge, unable to voice your honest thoughts or feelings. She might also use this strategy to manipulate you into giving her what she wants, perhaps more attention, affection, or even another form of control over your behavior. And remember, you are always deserving of a relationship where you feel secure, cherished, and respected. You shouldn't feel like you are constantly on trial or living a perpetual fear of being deserted. You have the power to shatter these toxic chains and cultivate a healthier, more joyous relationship. Set clear boundaries, express your needs and emotions, and never hesitate to seek support from friends, family, or a professional therapist. These scenarios we just discussed are merely a handful of ways women may attempt to manipulate men in relationships. To foster a relationship that's healthy, joyful, and deeply fulfilling, it's crucial to be aware of such tactics to ensure you are never a pawn in anyone's game. And that wraps up today's video. If you find this information valuable, you are gonna love the next video that we have lined up for you next.